Hello, welcome to Scratch 3D Printing. In this video, I'm going to be playing and testing with Siraya Tech Filament here. Let's scratch today's filament. Before we get to the video, Siraya Tech did send me this filament, but everything I say in this video is going to be based on my experience, usage of this filament, just like every other video that I do. If after watching the video and you are interested in this, I'll leave a link down below so you can go grab one for yourself. This is Siraya Tech Filament and it's called Roamr TPU Air. I think that's how you pronounce it, but let's just open and take a look at it. Look at this, it comes in a nice sealed package. For the longest time, I keep poking a hole in the middle. I did not realize that you can just rip off the top and reseal it later. So that's what I'm gonna do. That is such a bad rip. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, look at this. This is only 800 grams, and this is Siraya Tech. That's the name of it, or you can just call it TPU Air HR85A. And this color is black. So on my previous video of me testing Piva Air, I 3D printed a shoe, and Siraya Tech saw that and they say that this filament is specifically for printing shoes. So I'm really excited because I've been trying to print a shoe for myself for the longest time right now. I tried TPU 95A all the way down to 85A and none of them seems to be comfortable or printed really well. So I'll try with this. This one is specifically made for shoes, so I'm gonna be doing another shoes. And right here is the setting for this filament. And of course, TPU or anything that is soft like this needs to be dry. So I'm going to be using a dryer that I have, and I'll just show you the setup right now. Before testing, I'm gonna try and pull this to see if the filament will come back to its original shape. So I'm just gonna pull right here and see if this comes back to its original shape. Oh, it does. Look at this. I pull so hard. You can see the color discoloring, and then when you let go, it comes back to its almost original shape. I can see that it did deform a little bit right here, but for the most part, that is so stretchy. It does almost come to its original shape, which is really nice in my opinion. This fixed dry, box dry hair. Unfortunately, this company is no longer making any box of this, but I'm using this on top of the Ace Pro, and right now I'm drying at 65°C. It's getting there for 49 hours, and then the humidity is about 24 inside of this, and it's connected through here. Then eventually it's gonna go right in here. Okay, it's doing the first layer, and that looks pretty nice. There are a little bit of stringing from back there and then all the way to that model. But overall, the first couple layers looks good. Well, would you look at this? It finished the print, and I will say it's not the best, not the worst, but it finished with less stringing, and it looks pretty decent in my opinion. Without printing and drying at the same time, this finish is quite good. This is printed on the P2S. I was trying on the Cobra S1, but I just could not get it to print. But this one works perfectly. So let's do another one. This print took 1 day, 11 hours, and 2 minutes with 261 grams of filament. The second one is done. Look at this. I scaled this to 97% since the other one is a little bit small, but it fits. I scaled this one a little bit bigger. Let's take it off the build plate. If I can. I don't know if I can. I need both hands. Plus, look at this. This is a smooth build plate with no adhesive, and this sticks so well to it. This is what I'm saying. These smooth build plates are really good at sticking with TPU. I have been printing with Siraya Tech Roamr TPU Air HR85A for the past couple days, and I am liking this filament a lot. It is still quite hard to print. It is very prone to moisture. So if you have a setup for dry and printing at the same time, that is most ideal for this filament here. As you can see here, I use almost half of the filament in here. Let me just show you what printing I have done. From my experience of using TPU Air, just regular TPU, I know that they are very stringy and very blobbly, if that's even a word. So what I did was I did a print tower temperature test right here, and we can't really see the numbers in here. It is very difficult to read, but from my investigation I can see that around right here. So you can see right here, the bridging right here is like the best, and up here is one of the best as well. So from looking at here, I can kind of tell that at the bottom here is 245, and then at the top there is about 235. So about 245 and 235 has the best overhang based on this temp towel right here, but the bridging part is just like all over the place. Like none of them seems to be that good. So I guess this test is like in there, but not quite in there. And I should also say that the flow ratio, put it to the 240 range temperature based on Siraya Tech's guide on their website, which I'll leave a link down below if you're interested. And I'll also put a table right here. After that, I did a stringing test, and as you can see here, there used to be lots of stringing, but it's not there anymore because when I took it off, I kind of scraped them, you know. But if we look closely at range like right here, that's like the best spot for my opinion, and that is about 1 millimeter retraction. So that's what I used. At first, I tried to print with the Cobra S1, but I just could not get it to print. Then I used the P2S, and it printed amazingly. Just wait here. This is a shoe printed in Siraya Tech Roamr TPU Air 85A. Look at this. This looks beautiful. I printed 2 of these, and just look at this. This looks so good. I will leave a link for the model in the description if you're interested in this yourself. When I first look at the shoe here, I see that they have many support like here, up here as well. And that's what I did. But after printing this shoe, I noticed that it can be printed without any support at all. So then the second shoe, I only have this support right here, just so that it balances out. If we look very closely, there are some really overhang, and it just look bad, but those you can't really print unless you're doing like PLA support. So let's try and get this off and see if I can do it. I know it's going to be very difficult. They recommend you do a PLA as support. It would be kind of difficult doing with PLA support because if I switch out the filament, it might clog on the second try. So I was like, screw it, I can just, if I can't, I'll just cut this off and a little bit of filament there. I think it's totally fine. Another thing for this shoe is the scaling is so off. For me, I wear shoe size around 8, and if I scale this down to 8, it'll be about 91%. I'll put the chart right here. It'll be about 91%, and I done that in the past, and it's way too small. So I just scaled down to 96% this one, and it's still a little bit tight. So then the second one here, I scaled down to 97%, which fits so much better. And this is about 9.5 shoe size, which is crazy, right? But enough with that, I'm just gonna put it on and show you guys how it fits on my feet. Okay, so look at this. This is the shoe size 9.5, 96%, and it fits, but it is kind of tight for me. So I'm gonna be putting on the second one, which is 97%. It's a little bit bigger. And this one, it fits a lot better. This one here, I can tell that it fits so much better. And look at this. I got 3D printed shoes. Wow, that is so cool. I love it. I love 3D printing. It's just so cool. And just look at that. It looks beautiful. Look at this TPU. I like how this shoe has hole here, so it has some ventilation. Let me tell you, it is quite comfortable in my opinion. But I'll never know until I wear this shoe out into the public and test it in the real world. I'll be doing that and maybe make a short video of that in the future. Another thing is that if you look inside the shoes, look at this. It just has all these blobs. I think that's what you call it. It has these blobs all over the place, even right here. So there's some quite of blobs, some quite of filament to clean up. And I guess if I wear this a lot, my socks will kind of rub these off. So it's very easy to take them off. It's just that it keeps oozing from the nozzle when it's printing. And that results in all these extra blobs, filament, and stuff like that. But the P2S can handle it and it print everything. I think it is very sturdy in my opinion. These shoes has shoe laces, but I don't have them. So I might buy them in the future and put it on here. But as of right now, it fits great. Once again, thank you to Siraya Tech for sending this filament out for me to test and do whatever I want with it. I'll leave a link down below if you are interested in this filament, and I guess if you want to 3D print your own shoes as well. But that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel because more amazing videos like this is coming. If you haven't yet become a member of the YouTube channel, it helps me tremendously. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on 3D printing. Okay, I've been wearing these shoes for a while now. I can tell that these shoes don't really have much padding at the bottom. My toes are starting to hurt a little bit, but it feels super light, and it has holes so winds are going through my shoes. And the way that I drive is so weird. I cannot drive my car anymore. It seems kind of bulky. And you know, when I drive, it's like the toe or the back heel is like hitting each other, so it's kind of hard to drive sometimes. So I kind of messed up stuff, but I think I'm starting to get used to it. Different from regular shoes, and I guess I just need to get used to it. Let's just start the car and start driving. It feels kind of weird. It keeps hitting the bottom.